Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanks for dropping by. Great to have you here. So it's that time of year when everybody does their state of the collection, etc. top 5. So I thought I'd better do my top 5. This has been my first year doing this channel. I haven't reviewed a massive amount of watches yet. I've got so many to review. But I thought I'd do my top 5 and there might be a few surprises in there. Let me know in the comments below which watch you bought this year that you really rate. These are the watches that I've reviewed that have blow me away really for whatever price it is, wearability, and all of these are in my collection. So let's get started. Right, so number 5 is the Accurist 7355 dress watch. This watch I got for about £35. I'll put a link to all the watches in the description, and this is one of those watches you put on and you instantly like. I love this dial. I got it in the grey. I'm not the only person that seems to like this as well. I'll put some comments up from Gaza and Wild Walker. They seem to like this watch as well. It was a real bargain and I'm so pleased with it. It's staying in my collection. Didn't cost a lot of money. Love it, especially when I'm going out and about. Now number 4 in my collection is this watch, one of the first watches that I reviewed, which was this, the TPW. Now I called it a pilot's watch, but I got called out on that by Johan and a couple of others. Yes, it's probably is more of a field style watch now, but this cost me about £6 from AliExpress and it's still in my collection today. Again, I'll put a couple of comments up from you guys that really like it. I know Gaza does. I just think it's a great watch. It's so simple. It doesn't have any water resistance, but I kept it in my collection. It's kind of a beetle watch, I suppose, for want of a better word. Still wear it. Decent lume on the hands. Shame there's nothing on the dial, but great watch, and it shows you don't have to pay a fortune to get a watch that you can like. So number 3 in my list of top 5 is the BERNY AM183M, this Swiss railway watch. Great watch, love this watch. I was impressed the minute I put it on just by the Milanese band, by far the best Milanese band that I've worn or anything that I've had over the last couple of years. The fully loomed dial is to behold. This sits in a watch box in the corner of my room, and every night it just sits there and glows and lights up the corner. Loved it. I wasn't the only person to like this. Wonder Tan guy also ended up ordering one after watching the video. So really pleased with this watch. Yes, it cost a little bit more. I think this was about £60, I think, from what I remember, but worth every penny. Now, if you follow the channel, you knew this was coming. In at number 2. A Citizen Eco Drive watch. It's the AW5000, my favourite out of all the Citizens that I've got. I love this watch. I really like that deep dial on it because of the solar ring. So the solar cells around the outside in the ring. It just really adds a depth to the watch. Great finishing on it. Really nice strap. BGW9 lume as well. This glows brilliantly just in poor light, let alone the dark. Another reason I love this and love Citizen watches. I'm not the only person to like this watch. Mr. Carlo ended up getting a blue one, which is great. We've got Wes over at Wes's Watch Room, interested in one. I'm not sure if you've done it yet, Wes, but go and check out Wes's channel. And Dino keeps thinking about buying one, but he hasn't yet. Dino, you need to commit for me. Yeah, number 2, Citizen AW5000. So, what is my number 1 watch? Well, I'll tell you in just a second, but I'll also tell you a turkey. And I'll do that just after the number 1, so I'll tell you what my worst watch I've reviewed so far this year is. I don't think you'll be too surprised. However, for number 1, and on top of the pile of the watches that I reviewed this year, it was a video I did that was being a little bit controversial, asking whether it was worth all the hype. It's the Casio Duro MDV 106, and the answer to that question is yes, it's worth the hype. Everybody loves this watch, and I can see why. Screw down crown, 200 meters worth of water resistance, great build, decent lume. The watch is awesome, all for £50. Can be difficult to get hold of in the UK, but lots of people love this. Ted loves this. Swapped his onto a NATO strap, exactly what I've done with mine, because the worst part of the watch was the rubber strap. But I swapped mine onto a NATO like Ted. We've got Jason the Watch Guy. Go and check out Jason's channel. Loved it too. Michael's gone with the blue one. Brother Andrew's gone with the black and gold version. It's definitely worth the hype. Love this watch. Number one for me this year. Now, talking turkeys, now you might think the worst watch that I reviewed in the year was this one. The cheapest watch on AliExpress. Actually, it wasn't. That watch had several redeeming features. Fully loomed dial. It got wet and it still kept on ticking even though it had no water resistance. I don't have the watch because my son has it. But the worst watch I reviewed is definitely a diver for a £5. Again, a watch I don't have because I literally binned it as soon as I'd done the review. It was that bad. Poor finishing. Horrible strap that just ate your arms. Crap watch. Simple as that. That's my top 5. Thanks to everybody that has subscribed over the last year. It's been great to speak to you all in the comments. Have a fantastic Christmas and New Year. And I'll see you in 2023. Thanks.